Hi, we're speaking today with Lis Alban. She is Chief Scientist for the Danish Agriculture and Food Council, and she's Adjunct Professor at the University of Copenhagen. Professor Alban, we're going to talk a little bit about Trichinella control in Denmark and the aspects of veterinary testing. First of all, could you set the stage a little bit about why Trichinella control and testing is important in Denmark?
Yes, I think for our country, where we produce a lot of pigs, and particularly related to the size of the population, it's very important to talk about Trichinella. And the thing is that we produce 28 million piglets per year, and around 10 million of them are exported to other countries when they have a weight around 30 kilograms. And the 18 million pigs, they are slaughtered inside Denmark. And since we are only 6 million inhabitants, we cannot eat all this pork ourselves, and it means that we'll export around 90% of the pork produced to countries all over the world. And when you export, you need to be able to show to your trade partners that you do not have Trichinella in your pork. And one way of showing that is by testing.
Okay, and what are some of the future developments in Trichinella control?
Well, for many years we've been using the artificial digestion test because that is what is internationally required when you export. And we went first for a status of being recognized as a country with negligible risk of Trichinella in the swine compartment, and we got in fact that status, but still the countries, they required us to test, so we continued testing, and we will have to continue using the artificial digestion test as long as it's required internationally. But if it was accepted to use bioserological test, we could also consider using that.
Okay, and what should be done to increase the value of food chain information?
Well, the way I see it is that food chain information it's like a concept that needs to be filled in with useful information. And the way we have defined the food chain information in Denmark is that we say it deals with the pre-harvest salmonella level, it deals with whether the herd of origin of the animals is from indoor or outdoor compartment, and then the last thing is about the withdrawal time for antimicrobials. And if we're going back to the Trichinella, then among these three aspects, it is the question of whether the animals originate from a controlled housing farm or not. So here, if you say you could go, for example, by auditing the biosecurity in the farm to say, yes, it is complying with the indoor requirements, or no, it is an outdoor herd. And if it's outdoor, you need to test these animals.
Okay, and what are the benefits of the diagnostic testing for veterinarians and producers?
Well, I would say that a veterinary practitioner, he cannot do his work properly unless he has a very good collaboration with a lab. Because if you see the symptoms in ill pigs, it's often very difficult to differentiate what the agents are. Is it PRRS? Is it influenza? You cannot find out of that unless that you test actually the diseased pigs.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Alban.